Vlad, I know you like to think you have your finger on the pulse of the black community.
Everyone, trust me, everyone in the comments knows about Off-White.
I'm gonna quote something that people say about your show. Shut the fuck up and stop talking over people.
DJ Vlad is no new name in the hip-hop scene, and his channel is as biased, polarizing, provocative, and controversial as it gets. The Ukrainian American is a bona fide instigator. So much so that he has got many people calling him the Feds. However, while he gets his way with many of his guests, there were some guests that were having none of his BS. So here are 7 guests who checked DJ Vlad. Aries Spears. I highly doubt anyone has ever checked Vlad more than the comedian. He has been on his show a couple of times. In one of his interviews, he loudly let him know he was a culture vulture when he tried to lecture him about hip-hop music in the 90s. Aries Spears was trying to lecture him about the disparity between new hip-hop songs and the songs in his era when DJ Vlad decided to be rudely ignorant.
Now, what was the quote? What was the actual quote?
There was no hip-hop songs that went #1 in 2023 until
for the whole year.
For the whole year, yeah.
Now, when in my era did that happen?
Oh, #1 hip-hop songs, your era? Hip-hop songs were not going to #1 at all in the 90s, ever.
In the 90s and 2000, there were no #1 hip-hop songs?
Very few. Hip-hop was not dominating, was not pop music.
It was the #1 form of music.
Not in the 90s, it wasn't. Absolutely not. Absolutely
not. Hip-hop?
In the 90s?
In the 90s.
You're bugging. No.
So when was it the #1?
Well, after a quick check, it turns out he was blatantly wrong, and Aries Spears let him know what was up.
Apologize to me.
Apologize. Hip-hop became...
Stop thinking you know more about black culture than black people.
Here we go. So you're actually right. Listen.
You know your facts like you would know your rhythm.
Okay.
Out of here.
Hip-hop became a best-selling genre in the mid-90s and the top-selling music genre by 1999. So by 1999, it became the top-selling genre.
Okay, but prior to that, you telling me no #1s?
Now you're talking about songs or albums? Because a lot of albums would go #1. Like, for example, I think like NWA would go #1, but the songs itself...
Give me both. Give me both.
#1.
Mr. Tight Fingers.
All right, I'm wrong. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to break it down for you. So the first...
Wrong on both accounts of one.
Excuse me?
Wrong on both accounts of one. Album versus songs.
Well, no. I've always said that albums would go #1.
So songs, you're wrong.
I'm talking about songs.
And you were wrong about the genre being #1 too, right?
That's right.
Don't you ever say another word to me, dude.
Okay, so the first...
You're a troll.
I'm not a troll. I sometimes not get... I don't get it right sometimes.
But you think you get it more right than me. And this is just my pigmentation. I live in this.
Okay.
In that same interview, they went on about Muhammad Ali showing up at a KKK rally.
Hey, going to a Klan rally, I'm not cool with. Me being Jewish, I don't the Klan. Yeah, I would not go to a Klan rally.
The difference is, unless you show up the Klan rally with a yarmulke on and some Hasidic curls,
yeah,
you can blend in. Ali can't.
I can't blend in because people know that I'm Jewish. I'm a public figure.
How would they know?
Because they know that Vlad is Jewish.
No.
I'm a public figure.
If you as a white man, what?
He did not come in as a random black guy.
You don't see the difference between black and white?
Guy did not show up to the Klan rally.
You don't see the difference between black and white? You can blend in. No one knows you're Jewish unless you say it.
Listen, Muhammad Ali did not show up to a Klan rally as a random black guy. He showed up as Muhammad Ali. They're like, everyone, we're introducing the champion of the world, Muhammad Ali. Everyone in that audience.
And that's the only reason why that got out alive. But you being,
why did he go there in the first place?
Being Vlad, not Vlad, a famous personality, just Vlad. You could go to a Klan rally and nobody's going to look at you and go, let's hang this Jew.
Vlad decided to double down, and Aries put him in his place.
Who I am, going to a Klan rally, I would never do it. The Ku Klux Klan.
But you're not Ali, you're not a showman. You don't have the...
I'm not a showman?
No, you're not.
I have a TV show. I have a YouTube channel with millions of followers.
Then why are you sitting on the other side of the camera?
I sit on the other side of the camera. I do interviews, don't I? I've been on No Jumper. I've been on Breakfast Club multiple times.
If you're a showman, you should be sitting where I'm sitting. We could do the interview like Ali and Howard Cosell, side by side.
Okay, so that's my style of interview.
Okay, then you're not really a showman. A showman shows themselves.
Okay.
A showman gives a presentation.
I show myself.
Do you show yourself in the same sense that I show myself? Is your career?
I don't do stage work, so no, I do not.
You don't do any kind of real camera work. Do you do TV shows where you're in front of a camera?
I've been on TV shows.
You've been on. Is that your career?
No.
Is that your bread and butter?
No.
Being a movie guy in front of a camera?
No.
All right. Doing stand-up, is that your bread and butter?
Nope.
The are you talking about? I'm a showman. This is what I do.
You're more of a showman than I am.
All right, thank you. And Ali is more of a showman than you.
Yes. Well,
so that's why.
Then both of us.
So then that's why he would do what he did.
Okay.
Come on, man. You spitting in the wind.
If you want to run with that, you can run with it.
I don't have to run.
In another interview in 2022, DJ Vlad and Ari Spears got talking about black culture when they talked about Kanye West's influence on other arts besides music. According to Spears, he is not a fan of Yeezy and his fashion brand, but he believes Kanye should be given the chance to be as artistically weird as possible. In the middle of the conversation, Vlad name-dropped the late designer Virgil Abloh, claiming the black community messed with him more than Kanye, and Spears let Vlad have it again.
Virgil.
Who's Virgil?
You know who Virgil is? Virgil Abloh?
I don't.
The Off-White guy? You never heard of Off-White?
No.
Off-White was one of the biggest clothing brands in America, if not internationally. He became the creative director of menswear at Louis
And he's
Vuitton.
black?
Well, he died about a year ago from cancer.
Okay.
But he was huge. You've never seen Off-White? Hold
No.
on, let me show you what.
But how many black people?
Hold on.
Oh,
This is actually important because
all right. I'm asking you though. Why you pull it up?
This is a big figure.
Why you pull it up? How many people?
You never see like these sneakers that have like the tags on them and stuff like that? No, you never seen
No,
this?
ever.
Okay.
But how many
anyways,
black people you think know of an Off-White? Know that name?
Every black person I know knows all about Off-White.
Well, you talking about the black? You talking about street black people?
talking
The
about-
common black person?
Everyone, Off-White are like the most
Name some of the. Hold up,
sought after Nike sneakers that they make.
Vlad. I know you like to think you have your finger on the pulse of the black community.
Everyone, trust me, everyone in the
Vlad,
comments
let
knows
me
about
talk.
Off-White.
I'm gonna quote something that people say
Okay.
about your show.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up and stop talking over people.
Okay, go ahead.
My question to you is
Go
this, because I know you like to think you have your finger on the pulse of black culture more than black people. So my question is, name some of the black people that know Off-White.
Every rapper I know.
Okay, stop right there.
Okay.
Every rapper you know.
Yes.
Do you think that the mainstream of black America gets a chance to know every rapper you know?
I think.
And then you talking about music, which bleeds into art. And part of hip hop is about clothing.
Right.
It's about style.
Right.
It's about swagger.
Yep.
And clothes represent swagger.
Yep.
I'm telling you, the average black person walking down the street, if you said to them, what's his name, Off-White?
Well, his name is Virgil.
Even more so, do you know who Virgil is? Nah, nigga, Virgil who? The nigga in the mailroom? They would not go Virgil, the person that makes clothes.
Right. We'll see in the comments. We'll let the comments speak for itself.
And again, the reason why I asked you this is because I know the black people you're talking about. You know a lot of black people who are famous, who are wealthy, who are successful, who are in the biz. The biz is not mainstream America.
Fair enough.
The biz ain't niggas in Ohio. The biz ain't niggas in Arkansas. I guarantee you niggas in Arkansas and Ohio and everywhere else in the country have never heard of Off-White.
Okay. We're going to see the comments.
No, I know. You know why I know?
We're gonna
Do
see
you know
the
why I know? Ask me why I know.
Why do you know?
Because I'm black. I know my people. I know my...
According to Spears, his explanation is understandable to the black community, and Vlad, like always, didn't have much information to relate to the black fashion experience. 03 Greedo. Well, away from his allegations of working with the feds, Vlad often oversteps with his questions, and in one of his many interviews where he did but got checked was with Greedo. The interview started with Vlad trying to bait Greedo into saying something bad about former NBA star Carmelo Anthony, and you can see Greedo picking up on Vlad's intent while he is responding.
I just don't want nobody comparing me to I don't think nobody likes that. You feel me? Kobe want to be Michael Jordan, but he don't want you saying that. He don't want, like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody want to be Jordan, but nigga, don't be calling me no Jordan. You feel me? I'm Kobe Bryant.
Right. You know, I was surprised. I remember I had a conversation with someone that I was surprised that Carmelo signed with Team Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has a Jordan shoe. See what I'm saying? Where it's like, Carmelo kind of stands on his own. Like, I was surprised he did that. You see what I'm saying?
Shout out Carmelo. I ain't touching that.
You ain't touching that? All right, well, I'll say.
Carmelo, so I just
Carmelo
don't
too.
think I want to say nothing to that.
Okay, I'll say it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not Carmelo. Ever since he came in the league, so I don't want to say what I don't want to talk about that.
I mean, like I've
Seeing that he was unsuccessful, Vlad then went after Nas, and Greedo was having none of that.
they got a lot of people upset. When you talking about people's idols and so forth, I've said that Nas, an artist of his caliber, is the worst beat picker of all time. I've said that lots of times.
You out of your mind.
I've said that with Nas's producers.
No, you tripping.
You think I'm tripping?
Bro, the man picked Ether. The man picked Got Yourself a Gun was ridiculous. The man picked one mic. That nigga, what's that one where he was what's that one and they was outside? As day comes and night falls, for the rest of my life we miss y'all. What? You out your mind. That nigga got hot beats. Nas is one of the best.
Here's the thing.
You can't be talking about Nas in here. You out your mind.
Well, I felt Illmatic was a perfect album. That's what I'm saying. And sometimes when you
Nas is he's just crazy, man. You can tell he's crazy and he cares about people. He cares about the world. And he wants people to know shit, so he gets boring at times because it's preachy. You feel me? But don't you ever disrespect Nas. Don't you do that in here. No. Oh no. You won't do that in here. Oh no.
All right, man. Well, listen, man. Congratulations.
I never knew that I Nas so hard, but I definitely was offended when you said that.
You were
so
offended?
You disrespect Nas. I'll take this off of me.
People really get angry when I've said that.
Don't do that, bro, because Nas is hard, bro. And Nas is like me, pure, man. He just like want to help people. So I understand what he wants to get across.
Straight out calling Nas the worst beat picker was definitely baiting and unnecessary. But Greedo saw through it in real time and shut it down. Mike Tyson. Now we've got the legendary Mike Tyson. And if you know Mike Tyson well enough, you know he is not one to be messed with, even publicly. Mike Tyson's serious demeanor only meant one thing.
DJ Vlad screwed up with this segment. He soon started stuttering and being very careful with his words, trying to diffuse the situation. Check it out.
You've always, you talk about your relationship with Zip. Zip is kind of a very interesting figure. Zip was kind of the go-between between like Puffy and all the Southside Crips.
Maybe.
What is it? Here you are, this multimillionaire, and it seems like you've always been attracted to the guys that are still in the streets to a certain degree. Do you think that's a fair statement?
You think I'm attracted to them?
Well, not attracted to them, but I mean, you like having them around. You're friends with them, and you
You
maintain.
think I like
this.
having them around?
I'm just asking.
You think I'm friends? What do you think? You think I like having them around?
You just spoke nicely about Zip, so I just thought.
Yeah. You know who these guys are? When you talk, what do you say about me? I'm this big, whatever I am, right? You know who those guys are? Those are the guys that when I'm whoever I am is a nobody. I mean, those are the guys that live in the same building with me. They give my mother salt or sugar if they need the milk. They're the same guys. They're the same guys you rob streets with, and you went to juvenile detention with, and then you went to boxing, you got locked up, went to boxing, they got locked up, got up and went to the drug business, and then you see them, and they know this guy, and then you remember this guy from this time, and you went to school with this guy, and you know this guy mother, and your guy mother went to school together, and this is the whole family, and then everything do is just what they do. And we just love them and got their back, and I just don't know how we got all these people. I say it all the time, how come I worry about these guys dying? Because these are who we are. Yeah, it's who we are. I don't think they're bad guys. I think they make mistakes.
I agree. Some of my close friends are guys just like this.
I don't think they're bad guys. They got bigger hearts than I do.
I agree.
They're smarter than I am. Sometimes I think I deserve to be in prison more than they do.
Tony Yayo. DJ Vlad, like most interviewers, often likes to ask the soft questions to ease up to the uncomfortable ones that he is planning to ask. You could say this is a technique Vlad uses to get his guests to get a little loose with the lips.
E40 just got kicked out of the Kings game. Did you see that?
I mean, shout to E40, he a legend, but
That's my man. Like, I was shocked.
What do you expect? He wasn't at Golden State Stadium. He was away.
No, he was in Sacramento.
So that's how I looked at that. I'm like, he's arguing with Sacramento fans. Of course, they ganged up on him. You know, they said it was a white lady, so but I ain't gonna get into the racial thing again.
It was a Karen thing.
But you gotta think, to me, it was just forget the race thing when it comes to sports. People go crazy over sports anyway. I don't give a what color you are, right? But think about it. He's not home. He's not at Golden State. Shout out to E40. He's a legend. I love him.
He's up a little north.
Yeah.
He's in Sacramento.
You know, we all know him for being at home games.
Right. Yeah. And he has like I remember I talked to 40 like a few months ago.
Shout out to E40.
He has like lifetime like floor seats.
For Golden State.
Before Golden State.
Come on, he's the legend.
Like the amount of money he spent on it was crazy. He's like a hardcore
you
Golden
already know.
State
I learned
dude.
this early in my career. I learned about California because we was back and forth. And shout out to E40. He's like a super icon.
Yeah.
Still not yet detecting what Vlad was doing, Yayo then shifted conversation onto 50 Cent.
I don't know who he was. 50 was at the game too.
Oh, he was there.
50 was there on the floor. You know, he got his liquor there.
Okay.
In Sacramento Stadium. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
The Branson and the LaShem. And my man El Dorado was there. So I'm watching the game. I see them. I see E40. But, you know, 50's, I guess he's on Sacramento side, you know, because he got tills with
But he doesn't
himself.
have a real connection to either team. Like 50. You know what I mean? 50.
Oh, no, he has
50 is just business for him.
No,
like E40 really is a Golden State like
50
supporter.
50's really putting the LaShem and Branson to a next level because it's in Houston, Rockets
so
Stadium.
he's hitting different markets with it.
The Astros game, 400,000 worth of champagne.
Exact.
I believe he's in a couple of more arenas, but the Sacramento Kings and I think Minnesota. I think so too.
Yeah,
so, you know, 50's a genius. He's getting his liquor everywhere. You can shout to him. It's like, you know, we'll go to the Waldorf and you can find his liquor. So it's like high class, upper chalant, whatever they call it, type of things. But he was at the game and with E40, I looked at it like, yo, bro, he wasn't home. You know, it's like, it seemed like all the Minnesota fans just, you know, Sacramento fans, just got up on him.
After strategically directing the conversation toward 50 Cent and the question he wanted to ask, Vlad began to ask about 50 Cent and Ja Rule reconciling. Yayo, who was immediately rolling his eyes and shaking his head as soon as the questions were asked, Yayo flat out rejected the idea.
Right. Because you talked about the Timberwolves. Wasn't there like a back and forth between Ja Rule and 50 Cent over like the whole Timberwolves?
Yeah, 50 said, I think they was cursed or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
If Ja Rule came forward and publicly said, listen, I want to apologize to 50 Cent and G-Unit over X, Y, and Z. I was young. You know what I mean? We were all wild. I want to, you know, we all have kids now. I want to put it behind us.
I'm just going to take it back to the first. Shut the fuck up with that shit. We're going to take it back to shut the fuck up with that shit, please.
Okay, fine. I tried. Did 50 propose to his girlfriend?
Listen, I don't want to ask too much 50 questions. You're going to get mad at you.
I mean, this is a beef that has been going on for over 20 years, and there is no way Vlad was going to be the one to end it. Benny the Butcher. For many in the rap scene, DJ Vlad could very well be working with the boys in blue as he chases the incriminating stories. His interrogative questions are more like a good cop greasing a suspect. And very suspiciously, sometimes unsuspecting rappers end up getting arrested right after his interviews. The interview started with Vlad and Benny the Butcher talking about Irv Gotti, who beat a federal case in a trial.
Yeah, that's legendary.
In trial.
That's legendary.
In trial, he beat a Fed case.
Real
Like, you just don't see that, but he spent like $10 million to beat it. So, you know, and it kind of destroyed his company in the process. So
yeah,
so
that's all they wanted.
No matter what.
That's all they wanted. They succeeded. So you got to be careful with them people. You know what I'm saying? You really got to be careful with them people. That's why, to be honest with you, I kind of talk freely about it and let people know what me and my friends is going on, because it's like harassment what we going through with the feds. So I let everybody know so they can't snatch up and then they jail crying harassment. Like before they even snatched my up, like I was preaching this, I was speaking out against it.
During the interview, Vlad tried his good cop antics, trying to fish for something illegal on the Butcher, but the Butcher was one step ahead and had to check him immediately.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, luckily you're not doing that no more.
Oh man, my hands are so clean.
Yeah. And this is what I always say, man. Like, don't rap about illegal shit and do interviews about illegal shit if you're still doing illegal shit. You know, if it's all in the past.
But you know what? You make it so like, you know what I mean? They can't help it. You know what I'm saying? You got the platform, you got a dope platform out, and it got a lot of views. And man, people, man, a lot of my brothers can't handle that. You feel what I'm saying? And that started with them though. You know what I mean? But a lot of them can't handle that. And it's almost sad that, you know what I mean? Because it's the same thing that they love. It's almost like being, you know what I mean? But let me ask you this. Okay, let me ask you this question right here. Let me ask you this. Now, if you got the platform and you know that, you know what I'm saying? Like, what make you ask those questions like that?
Anyone who I talk to, I talk about past. I don't interview people knowing they're still doing whatever illegal in their present life.
Right.
You know, as I'm talking to them, we don't have those types of relationships.
Right.
And in fact, we've even, you know, you'll see certain interviews where it's like, oh, you have an open case? Let's not talk about it. Next question.
Okay, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when I interviewed the baby, he still had an open case, you know, when he killed that one dude in self-defense at Walmart. So I said, hey, we're just not gonna talk about it. Now, I know everyone's gonna want me to ask about the Walmart situation, but we actually looked into it and we saw that it's still an open case. Right. So therefore, I'm not gonna ask any questions about it whatsoever.
His explanation at that point makes sense, but Vlad has been in one too many situations to believe he didn't ask those questions intentionally. Many VladTV interviews are pure interrogations. He is a baiter, and sometimes you'll see that he seems less interested in the music and a little more interested in alleged criminal activity and allegations. So Benny the Butcher had to let him know he couldn't do that to him. Sue Surf. Another rapper and guest who checked Vlad is Sue Surf. The rapper, who is currently serving 5 years for RICO charges, appeared on the show in 2019 to let the Ukrainian-American DJ know that it's no coincidence that he's gotten many of his guests indicted.
You're in a room and you just peek back and you see what we doing, but you know what we doing. No, there's no telling, period. There's no telling. There's no.
I'm a civilian.
You're a civilian?
Yeah, you shoot or rob me, I'm telling.
See, but you might not treat you like that, Vlad. I'm not gonna lie.
It is what it is.
I hold you up to a high standard.
I'm living my truth. You know what I mean?
Niggas hold you up to a high standard.
I'm not gonna go shooting back at you.
You got a couple indicted.
No, I didn't get anybody indicted.
You got a couple niggas.
I didn't get a single person indicted. Who did I get indicted? Who did I get indicted?
I ain't about to open another indictment on who you indicted.
My name is on no paperwork. Nobody got indicted.
Realistically, it's like it's a such thing as bait. Like there's a such thing as bait. You're a baiter. You feel me? Like you're a baiter. So you not. Of course, you wouldn't take the bait for. You wouldn't say I got anybody indicted, but you fish. No. You feel me? You fish, and some of, you know what I mean, some of my peers and some of, you know what I mean, some of the people that sat in this seat aren't, I wouldn't say smart enough, but you feel me, aren't fast enough, you know what I mean, aren't witty enough or aren't intelligent enough to know when it's bait being swung their way or when they're supposed to dip the bait, you know what I mean, type shit. So hell yeah, nah. You're definitely, you know when they say unknown CI, like it's you didn't do it, but hell yeah. I mean,
I don't work with the police. I don't cooperate.
No, of course not.
I don't take the stand. I don't. If the police ever try to seize any sort of footage, I would deny it. I would fight it.
Vlad tried hard to deny that he works with the feds, but Sue Surf had to let him know he was a baiter and a trickster for guests who weren't fast enough to see what he was doing. Sue Surf handled the situation like a boss for sure.
You don't got to. Go straight to YouTube.
Yeah, whatever. You're you know, right now you're wearing a microphone under your shirt. There's another microphone pointing at you and two cameras pointing at you.
That was up to me.
Whatever you say is totally up to you.
No, but
and when you say no comment, I go on to the next question.
That I fully agree with you, but see, that's what I said.
But when you said I get people indicted, I don't get anybody indicted. I don't get nobody indicted. I'm gonna put my foot down on that one.
Nah, listen, I respect it. I respect it. You feel me? Like I respect it. And I'm not saying that like you don't sign nobody paperwork. You know what I'm saying? But from a consumer standpoint, from somebody that's in the street, you know what I mean? Like, you know, in a certain world, and you know, and you sit back and you watch somebody, you know what I mean? Like you're a trickster. You know what I mean? You could
You think I trick people?
a person that isn't fast enough to keep up with what's going on, a person that can't speak, you know what I mean, that everybody doesn't speak well, everybody doesn't, when the light's on, you know what I mean, everybody isn't, you know what I mean, so granted, a motherfucker sit here on their own,
Well,
a person could get tangled up in the VladTV interview.
Well, I'll put it like this. Some people that have interviewed with me have gotten arrested after the fact.
Akon. For DJ Vlad, there is no question or anyone too big to poke, not even the late Michael Jackson. In an interview with Akon, he tried digging into the King of Pop and started by easing up on Akon with questions on what type of woman Michael Jackson was into.
Yeah, and you actually said that you guys were having just regular casual conversations, and he was into, I guess, the supermodel type females.
Yeah, Mike was human. Like, he was human. He liked everything we liked.
The tall. But he wasn't into the thick women, is what you're saying.
Yeah, he liked supermodels.
Supermodels,
Yeah,
tall,
liked
thin,
supermodels.
and so forth.
But it all made sense though. Now I know why he always had like supermodels in his videos. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had the supermodels in the
Campbell.
video. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It made sense.
The questions at the time seemed fine since it was casual, but then Vlad started to go the way of the rumors, gossip, and tabloids about MJ's alleged relationship with kids, but Akon was having none of it.
Yeah, and since our last interview, I interviewed Tom Messero, who was his lawyer that defended him successfully in that whole case. And I remember just going through the whole story and so forth and kind of digging into the background and everything. And I remember, because there's always, from the outside looking in, you're like, well, the allegation's true. Was he really into little kids?
He wasn't, man.
Well, clearly.
He was nowhere near that.
Right. But clearly some of the stuff he did wasn't really appropriate for an adult man.
That's all bullshit, Vlad. I'm not gonna let you start there.
I'm not
Vlad, listen, I live.
Listen. No, I'm gonna finish it.
No, Vlad, because I don't want you to finish it and the shit all over the internet on some negative shit. You know how that shit works.
Okay.
Mike's legacy got to be protected, bro. The nigga he was a true soul, like pure-hearted.
Yeah.
Nothing negative about him. Right. Everything all the love that he came towards people, like kids, was genuine because he wanted kids to progress and grow to be the best they could be.
Yeah.
Obviously he was a kid star, so he probably didn't get a lot of those things that normal kids get. So I can probably see where he was pulling from. But he genuinely just loved to see kids healthy and in a good place. He always wanted kids.
MJ's legacy has to be protected, and Vlad wasn't going to use him to score cheap points that would taint Michael Jackson's legacy. Akon stood up to Vlad and basically shut him down. It's crazy watching these videos and seeing the sneaky ways Vlad tries to steer conversations with his guests. They need to be careful when coming on his show, because Vlad will try to get you in trouble in a multitude of ways. Be it an incriminating conversation or trying to stir up some old beef. Vlad is clearly an instigator. And with that, we have reached the end of this video. If you enjoy this type of content, let us know. Or if you want to see a video about something else, drop a comment and we will add it to the list of videos. Make sure to check out these other videos and please help us by liking, sharing, and commenting. Thank you for staying till the end, and we will see you in the next one.